Hello, hope everybody is doing well. So this video is going to be a short introduction to Google Sites, and I'm also going to introduce you a little bit to the final project that you're going to be working on during the last week of class. Okay, so my idea for the final project is we're going to create a website that includes kind of a simple analysis of COVID cases and deaths from a region of your choosing. So to begin with, we want to create a Google site. So for now, we're just going to be creating kind of the simple layout of the website, and eventually we'll go back to it and add more content to it. Okay, so in order to create a Google site, most of you already know how to do this because we had a day where we did this in class where we created a restaurant website. This one's going to be even more simple. But to give you a quick overview, so to go to Google Sites, you simply type in sites.google.com and log in with your Google ID. You can see up here you have a template gallery for creating a new site. You can see they have a bunch of different predefined templates. But for this one, we don't really have a predefined template, so we're just going to start with a blank website. Once you return to your site after it's been created, you would click down here and open an existing site, which is this section right here. But I'm going to begin by clicking the blank site. And when you click on the blank site, it takes you into edit mode for the home page. Okay, so you have three different options on the right side of the page. Either the insert, which allows you to insert different types of objects onto the existing web page that you're editing. The pages menu allows you to create new web pages or reorganize or rename them. And then the themes, we won't use that, but it would allow you to change the color and format or font type of all the pages on your site. So I'm going to go back to the insert, and I'm going to begin by giving my page a title. So I'm going to be creating a COVID-19 analysis for Ontario, Canada. My family happens to have a set of cabins on a lake up in Ontario, so I'm going to choose that. So I'm going to call this COVID-19 analysis Ontario, and I'm just going to make it a little bit wider to fit on 2 lines of text. And I'll call the site name COVID Analysis Ontario, and I'll just click on the document name up here and name them all the same thing. So this is just the heading of the website. Now I'm ready to add some content to the site, and you begin that by either clicking one of these objects over here, or you can scroll down and put different types of content on the site. Most of these we won't really get to, but so if I wanted to add text to the site, I would click on text box, and you can see I could type different content on here. I could also edit it by clicking the drop down box and changing the font size here by making it a title heading or subheading or small. That's sort of a simplified way to just change the font size, similar to how you would do in Word. And obviously this is your bold, italic, justify, center, left, add a bulleted list. If you want to link to something, which we won't really need for this analysis, but we could click on this insert link. You could highlight text. So if I wanted to go to google.com, I could type that, click on the link, type in google.com, and apply, and I would have a hyperlink. I could also insert images by clicking upload. That's one of the main things we're going to do in this website. Is we're going to be in Excel, and we're going to either save or use our snipping tool to create screenshots of our Excel analysis, save them as images, and upload them here. So for example, I've already done one here. So I would insert this image, and then I would have to resize it to make it more legible. Okay, so if I wanted to add additional pages to my website, I could come over here and click this plus button in the Pages menu, and I could create a new page. Let me see, our second page is going to be analysis of deaths versus cases. And then I'm going to have a third page, which I'm going to call conclusions and commentary. And obviously, to make it look nice, I would want to spread it out so none of the text is truncated. Maybe I'll try and fit this on 2 lines as well. And obviously, when we're on one of these pages, we can go over to the Insert menu. We can insert text or images. You can see if you want to have an image with text beside it, you might pick one of these layouts. Obviously, this is similar to what you might have used in PowerPoint or Google Slides. So it's really similar and pretty easy to use here. So let's say that I'm done with my website. Before I publish it, I may want to look at it. So I might click on this preview button. And here you can see I can navigate using this upper menu up here. So I can go to the home page and the other 2 pages that I have. Down here you can see how your page would look on a cell phone format versus a tablet format versus a large screen. None of them really look very good. So if I want to get out of preview mode, I might exit the preview. And here I'm going to change this to a center format. I'm going to center all of the text. I might do that on all of the pages. And I'm just going to make this a little bit wider so it goes across the entire width of the screen. And then I'm going to preview it again, see if it looks any better. And it does look a little bit better. So I'm going to exit my preview. And let's say that I've add all of my charts, and I'm really done with my analysis, and I'm ready to turn it into Canvas. So at this point, I do not want you to turn in this address. So if you copy this address in and turn it into me, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it because I do not have access to your Google account, and this is an edit web address, and it just will not work for me. So you have to publish your web page, which is nice because then you can view it, share it with your family and friends if you want to show it off. But if you click publish, you can it'll default to a certain web address, and you can simply click publish, and then your address would be something similar to this. Now you don't need to mess with a custom URL because you would have to buy a domain name to do that. So like GoDaddy.com or something similar where you would get a specialized domain name. They're pretty cheap and easy to do, usually cost about $10 to $20 a year for a domain name if you're ever going to do something professional. But for the purposes of this assignment, you can type whatever you want here. You could maybe add your name to it. But once I click publish, I'm going to just copy this address so I can see it later. So I'm just selecting it, right-clicking and copy, and then I'm going to publish. And at this point, you have a website that's available on the internet. So if I go to a new browser window, I can paste, and I can see my analysis on the public internet. So, and obviously I would go back into the final project. You would have a submit button where you would paste that address into the final project submission button. Okay, so that concludes the overview of Google Sites. We're going to revisit this in a later video where we, after we have our charts done, I'm going to teach you how to snip your images or screenshot them and insert them as images into Google Sites. But that's it for now. Hope everybody's doing well.